Alright, here we go. Today I have just got in the mail brand new Turnigy TZ4, also known as the Mini Q. It's a copy, if you want to call it that, of the Mini Z. I'm gonna say Z because I'm Canadian. Get over it. I know somebody will comment on that. But this is a copy of the Mini Z. It's known as the Mini Q or the TZ4 from Turnigy, HobbyKing. And to go with that, it's ARTR. So it comes with everything you need, including a battery and a charger. The only thing it does not have is a transmitter. So that's why I've got this HK-GT2. My first HobbyKing radio I've had. You can also bind it with a FlySky and a couple of other ones. But this is the one I picked up. It was 15 bucks. It was the biggest issue with this thing is the weight. It takes a lot of shipping space, so it bumps up the shipping price a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. So first thing we'll do is the radio, because we all really want to see the car, so we'll pull the radio out first. So it's just a basic 2.4 gigahertz, 2 channels for car and boat, blah blah, low voltage cutoff. It takes 8 AA batteries, and let's rip into it. First thing is the manual. We don't need that. Alright, here we go, the radio. Up in the top here, it's pretty simple. It doesn't come with a lot. It doesn't, no confusion here about what it is. Got your receiver, bind plug, and antenna tube, and a little tool for pushing the bind button, because I guess it's recessed. And the radio. Here's the radio. As I said before, it takes 8 AA batteries. It's kind of disappointing because most stuff now takes only 4, but hopefully it'll last longer. Feels not too bad. The wheel, I like a stiffer spring in the wheel. It's pretty sloppy, but for what it is, I can't complain. Underneath the hatch there, with the power button, got the steering and throttle reversing, power LED, battery LED, steering and throttle trim, and a steering dual rate, and the power switch. So it's pretty basic. So I'm going to throw some batteries in this thing and we'll power it up. Alright, so there you go. I got 8 AA batteries in there. Turn it on, couple of LEDs, a red and a green. Again, red's power, green's battery. Tells you whether it's dead or not. But that's pretty basic. That's all there is to it. Let's go on to the car now. So there's the TZ4. Let's see what we get here. Pretty basic box. Let's go over the fun stuff, the boring stuff. Carbon chassis, rubber tires, ball bearings, 5G servo, 130 brushed motor. I assume that's the size, like a 550 can or a 540 can. This is a 130 can. 2.4 gigahertz receiver is built into it, but again, you need the transmitter. 3-in-1 receiver, so it's got the speed control, the receiver, and the 3-in-1. Well, I guess the steering and the power all together. I don't know, whatever. And it comes with a 300 mAh battery, 2-cell, I believe, a charger, and a body for it. Sorry. So here it is. We'll open up the bottom here. There's some stuff in the bottom, some stickers, manual, and battery charger. Let's see what that is. 7.4 volt, 800 mAh. So yeah, it's It actually charges that battery pretty quick. It must be like a nanotech spec battery or something, because that's like 2.5 C, or yeah, 2.5, just over 2.5 C for a 300 mAh battery. So it must be a decent battery. Car's held onto this couple zip ties on the bottom. I'll just nip those off. And that's that. There's the car. Kind of hard to tell what you guys can see in the camera there, but carbon fiber chassis. It's pretty nice stuff. Pull the top off. See what we get. Here's the shell. Looks like it's a pretty basic shell. It's still got the paint protection film on the outside, so it looks pretty dull, but looks okay like that. And here's the car. Got a little servo there, a little 5-gram servo. The control board, which does everything. That's the receiver, speed control all in one. Little motors under there. Looks like it's hooked up to a pinion of sorts that just goes direct drive right to the rear, and then a little drive shaft that runs up the middle to the front, because it is 4-wheel drive. Looks like neither of the diffs are locked. They both spin. If the other tire spins the opposite way, that means your diff is unlocked. Same with on the rear. It's got a top carbon fiber plate for the top. It's got some plastic on the wheels, like the C-hubs and knuckles and stuff. It's like a gray plastic. Looks kind of cheap, but we'll see how that works out. I don't know. Can't really pass judgment on it. I haven't even tried it. So, and the battery just held in here with a little elastic. It looks like it's not. Looks like it may be like I don't think it's lipos. Must be lithium ion or something, because it's actual cells. It's like AA cells in there. So I don't think it's lipos, but it is lithium batteries, but it's not lipo battery. So as you can see inside there, I don't know if you can see or not. Lighting's not the best, but there's a drive shaft that runs up to the front. Let's throw that battery back in there. And then there's the port on the battery, or on the speed control. That's where the battery goes in, I assume, because it's circled in red. A little bind button right here to bind it to the radio, and a power switch, and a really strange 5-wire servo. So I guess it's pretty much proprietary. You're gonna have to use that servo for a replacement, because it's got 5 wires. I'm not sure what the point of that is. But there it is. Let's bind it up with the radio and see how she sounds. Oh, one other thing that I forgot to mention that's a pretty big selling feature of this is it's got adjustable wheelbase on here. Again, I don't know if you can see it because of the lighting, but adjustable wheelbase, it goes from, I did some research earlier, it goes from 94 millimeter and then every 4 mil all the way up to 110. So 94, 98, 102, 106, 110. And that allows it to accept all of the Mini Z bodies that are already available. Yeah, let's get it powered up and bind it up and see how she sounds. So I'll just hit the bind button here and turn it on, and the bind button on the radio and turn it on, and see what happens. There we go, it's bound up. You can hear it whines a little bit, but still pretty cool. Got some decent go for a little brushed motor. I was thinking about upgrading it to brushless, but it seems like it's got a fair amount of power to. Doesn't really, probably won't really need the upgrade. Relatively quick steering, pretty sharp steering actually. Probably turn a circle pretty quick. Yeah, there you have it. The TZ4. Or TZ4 for some of you. For most of you probably. Looks like a pretty solid little car. I'm gonna have to look into the Mini Z bodies. Give it some class. This Lexan shell just doesn't do a lot for it. Get rid of those body posts too. I hate it when body posts stick up like that on roads. I don't understand it. But it'll be a fun little car to play with for sure. Get a couple of them, race around at your living room really. I mean, they're so small you can use them anywhere. They seem, I've seen a few other videos online and they seem pretty quick for what they are. So the living room might be a little small for them, but it'd be cool to have a little club and just go racing around with them. So that's it. There's my unboxing of the T4Z or TZ4 all-wheel drive mini touring car from Turnigy, as well as the HobbyKing HK-GT2 radio, 2.4 gigahertz, as basic as they get, but also as cheap as they get. Comes with a receiver, and it only cost me 15 bucks, so can't complain. The car I think was around 55-60 bucks, so the whole setup for 70 bucks. You get a little mini car, a 1/28 scale, and you could. It's not a lot of money for a lot of people to get one, and just go race them wherever. It should be pretty easy to find a spot to run the little guys. And hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.